Hello gang, Kickstarter, Ken from Fantasy Arc here. Here we have the second video that I promised you, showing off some of the details of the pieces in the Bug Hunt corridors. We're going to start with the basic pieces that you will get in the various level pledges. First piece we have is the straight section. You can see the construction of it here. You can see the support pylons with the outer walls and the upper and lower decks. Notice on the decks the grate pattern that is engraved into them. That main deck is 3 inches wide by 3.5 inches long if you're curious about the size. Also note the railing going down the side with the fluorescent light tube underneath. That's a piece of styrene rod that will come in your packs. You can see a little bit of detail on the outer walls and the bit of conduit there that runs between the support pylons. The second piece is the T-intersection. You can see here how the outer walls join together at the corners. This is also a good view that shows you the detail on the inside of the outer walls. In the middle of the corner there you can see a little bit different design on the support pylon, again with the fluorescent light tubes, and you can see just a little hint of how the railing wraps around the corner. This is the four-way intersection. Again, with all the pieces, you can see the upper and lower deck, the support pylons, the conduit piece that runs between the support pylons, and the fluorescent light tubes. This one here shows you a real good example of how the railing wraps around the corner so that it matches up with the railing pieces of whatever you attach to the ends of this four-way intersection. And the last of the basic pieces is the corner section. Notice again the detail engraved in the top deck, especially in the corner there with the diagonal slashes. If you choose to paint your corridors, those would look really great with an alternating black and yellow warning stripe scheme. Now I'd like to show you a couple examples of layouts that you can make with the Bug Hunt corridors. Here's a long straight corridor with a couple of offshoots made entirely from the level 1 corridor pledge goal. You can see the 6 straight sections with the four-way intersection in the middle, the corner section on the left end, and the T-section on the right end. Notice how the outer walls, decks, and railings of each of the sections matches up exactly with those of the section next to it. And here you can see a little glimpse into the future. This is the same layout that I just showed you, but it has our first stretch goal added to it, which is the end cap piece. You can see 4 of them on the edges of the corridors on the right hand side. These end cap pieces can be added to any open end of any of the basic corridor sections. This layout here is just a slight variation of the previous one. Again, this is only pieces from the level 1 corridor pledge goal plus a couple of the stretch goal end caps. Shows you the variation you can get in your layout by simply moving the four-way intersection from the center of your layout to the outer edge. And if you're not looking for a long straight corridor, this layout is an example of what you can do by wrapping the offshoot pieces around a little bit and creating something of a U-shape. And the last example, using the level 1 corridor pledge goal and a couple of the stretch goal end caps, shows a much more compact layout. The modular design of Bug Hunt corridors is visible here. If you were to take off the end caps on the lower left hand corner and move that far left straight piece over to connect to the middle straight piece, you'd be able to make a complete circuit by adding another corner section into the lower left hand corner. This is an example of what I mean. This is the corner section, four-way intersection, and 2 T-sections connected together to make a complete circuit. If you wished, you could break apart these sections and put straight pieces in between them to make an even larger circuit. These next couple of frames are pictures of the Bug Hunt corridors with Games Workshop miniatures in them. Show you a little bit of the scale of the corridors and examples of what your game might look like. These of course are Space Marine Terminators and a couple of Gene Stealers. Notice on that stretch goal end cap there at the end that it says dead end. I don't know if that's a good thing for the Terminators or not. And watch out for those intersections. If you're not careful, you're going to have enemy coming at you from multiple directions. And this final wide shot shows you the complete layout. This is a little bit smaller than the level 1 corridor pledge goal. This only has 4 straight pieces instead of the 6 straight sections that you'll be getting. but it shows you that you can get a fairly large gaming surface with just a small number of sections. And last but not least, I wanted to give you a couple of really quick teasers of some of the neat things that you can do with a couple of our stretch goals that we'll hopefully reach in this project. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video on the bug hunt corridors.